two, one, boom. Bet. Welcome, family. We appreciate you guys for tuning in to another episode of Crypto Cliff Notes. I am super excited for this episode, guys. We got some really good news for you guys. We're gonna give you guys the updates on the market on a Friday, guys. We don't usually get this, but on a Friday, we're looking green, right? We're looking green around the board. We had some really good videos for you guys this week. If you haven't checked them out, go back after this video, after this stream, and go watch those. We actually have one where we talked about if we had $1,000, where would we put that? We're actually going to be reviewing that on Monday, this upcoming Monday stream. And then on top of that, we're also going to be talking about today we're going to be talking about the most updated news that we have for you guys. We got some real big news, some things that we want to throw at you guys and just, see what you guys think, see what your opinion is on the things that we're going to be bringing up. And then on top of that, we're going to be talking about the most exclusive project, right? If you guys check the title, the most exclusive project that has the most potential in my eyes in the crypto game. So without further ado, guys, it's me, myself, Jonah, and Pat. Today, we're going to be talking about, you guys already know, crypto. That's just what we do. We want to make sure that you guys are set in position for the next bull run. Some people think they're too late, but you're just in time, right? You're just in time for this bull run. It's just beginning, and I want to show you some analysis here in a bit, just to, something that summarizing exactly what I've talked about the past streams. I've been talking about these numbers, and they're hitting every single time. If you go back, you can say it's BS, but look, you can go back to our old videos and watch and look at the numbers that I've said, and it's hit every single number I've said. And I don't like to be like, oh, I said it, oh, I said this, oh, I did this, but hey, I can't lie, I did say it, right? But without further ado, guys, I'm gonna pass this over to greatness, Pat. He's been in the game since 2017, guys. He's had the experience. He's experienced the bull runs. He's experienced the bear runs. He's experienced, going through the process of either taking profits or not taking profits, being confused what to do. But, he lasted this long, and he's going to keep going. He's going to keep investing. He's going to keep giving you guys the value that he gives me. We talk every day on this stuff. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to pass this over to Pat, and we're going to get straight to it. Let's get it.
What's up, guys? So, like Jonas said, it's beautiful. We have green on a Friday. And you don't see that a lot, especially the last 2 months. But today, even like a little earlier, it was a little green and red, but I'm looking at it right now. We're actually hitting we're about to crack 1.6 on Coin Market Cap. Coin Gecko, we already cracked it. We're sitting at 1.66. So we're moving up right now. And as you said, if you've been following us, on Fridays that doesn't usually happen. So it's looking nice. So if we go over the market, let's see real quick what is making some big moves. The entire market's up 3%. The last 24. Bitcoin's up 2.5. Ethereum's up. Let's see some of the ones we've talked about before. Flow's up 27% overnight. Chainlink's up 18%. There's definitely some of the ones we've been calling. Uniswap's up. It's starting to move. So if you've been accumulating any of these tokens that we've been calling out lately, you should definitely, I would think you're in the green. If you've been picking them up in the past month or two, you should be in the green right now. A lot of this stuff we were calling out a lot cheaper. So hopefully you're making some money. Let us know if you are, and let us know so far what your best coin maker is. We definitely like to hear that. Like you said, we're going to go over a big project. So the project, it's all over if you've been following news. So today's coin we will be talking about is going to be Ethereum. It's big. It's our favorite. Well, it's definitely a lot. Like I said, I'm always stick with Bitcoin for right now, but Ethereum's showing huge promising things, and we will go over that. But I'm gonna let Jonah go over real quick, let him do a little bit of analysis, then we'll come back with the news, then we'll get into this Ethereum. We're going to show you where you can make some money real soon. All right, over to him.
Awesome. I appreciate you, Pat. Thank you so much for the mentorship, the value that you always bring to myself and our Crypto Cliff Notes crowd and everything like that. I truly appreciate you. We already have a question, which I like. Again, if you guys have any questions in the chat box, go ahead and let us know your questions, and we can get those answered throughout the stream. But the question was, what is staking and how is it done, please? So if you actually go back to our old videos, we have a video. It's basically talking about residual income, if I'm not mistaken. You can actually view that, and it explains what staking is, how it works, the different platforms you can use. So go back to our old streams. We're not going to really touch back up on that today, just because we're on a limited time. We do have things we have to do, but if you go back to our old streams, definitely check that out. And again, if you do want to participate in the giveaway, check the description down below, and you will actually get access to, or basically a raffle to get into getting a Ledger Nano S, basically an offline storage type of thing where you can store your assets, store your digital currencies, your cryptocurrencies, and everything like that. Just so there's no tatering, there's no hacking, and that will be directly sent to you from our website. So if you check the description down below, go ahead and do all of those 3 steps, and once you do all that, we'll go ahead and we'll do our raffle. But 200 on each platform: Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube. And we're almost, I'd say, about 75% there. We're almost there, guys. So hey, keep promoting this, keep giving this value out. We're here for you guys to make sure you guys capitalize on this bull run. But I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you guys. Go ahead and share my screen with you guys and show you guys what's going on in the market right now. Like he said, we're sitting at about $1.6 trillion in the market cap right now. That's amazing. We've been sitting in between like 1.4, 1.2 for weeks now, and now we're finally getting that push up, guys. We have Bitcoin literally within the last 15 minutes. It went from 40,000 all the way up to 40,700 within a couple minutes. Not that long, So like we said before, once these things move, these things move. These things move, right? It happens quick, right? So Bitcoin sitting at about 40,700. Ethereum sitting at about 2,400, a little bit over. But just getting into some analysis, because I want to show you guys what I talked about the past streams. I said I don't believe we were going to see anything below 30,000, a close under 30,000. What had happened? Came right down to that major support level, bounced right up. What I say our next level was 34. What it do? Cracked it, right? What I say our next level was 40,000. What happened the last 3-4 days? Cracked 40,000, and now it looks like it's finally going to give us that push up. And our next levels, if you are in at lower prices and maybe you want to take some profits, you can maybe look at 47,000. Next level would be about 55 to 57,000, and then getting back up to as high as around 63, 64,000. So those are just some points in the market that I believe that are our next point of interest that are going to be that is going to be coming to. Of course, it might not just go straight up. Could go straight up, but of course it could take days, could take weeks, could take a month. I don't know. But just know, guys, we are back in the bull run, guys. We are back in the bull run. I would love to share with you guys some news articles. Pat, did you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
You can go.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to my news articles, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited. I'm really excited to share with you guys these things, because it's only fueling up what's about to happen, 80K, 100K, maybe even more on Bitcoin. Of course, everything else is going to follow, right? But the first thing I pulled out, or actually saw, that actually, if it didn't come out today, it came out a couple days ago. One of the U.S. Senates, right? Because I know a lot of people are hearing a lot of stuff about, oh my gosh, crypto's going to go under, crypto's no good. But then you have a U.S. Senator, right, talking that big government spenders are accelerating adoption of crypto assets like Bitcoin. Right, U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis is pushing for regulation that would ensure Bitcoin remains a good store of value. If the cryptocurrency is to become what El Salvador has done, legal tender, then we need to make sure that we are using it in ways that comply with the Bank Secrecy Act and anti-money laundering laws, she said. The pro-Bitcoin senator also noted that big government spenders are doing far more to accelerate the adoption of digital assets. So guys, this could go two ways, but how I'm personally looking at it, I'm looking at it is it's giving a lot of attraction to central banks, to bigger banks, to bigger countries, right? We're kind of I kind of said this before when we were explaining about what was going on with El Salvador. I was like, look, it's only a matter of time when the US makes it a legal tender, right? It's only a matter of time. Now, again, I've said this also before. You also have to be careful that, you start getting your cryptocurrencies now. Again, we're not financial advisors, but you also have to understand if these big spenders are coming in, they're not coming in with a couple $1,000s. They're not coming in with a couple $100,000. They're not just coming in with a couple $1,000,000. They're coming in with billions and trillions of dollars buying up all these cryptocurrencies. So guess what? They're putting regulation rules on it. As you can see, pushing for regulation. So I want you guys to understand we're in the very early stages, and it's now time to get these cryptocurrencies right now, so you don't have to go through a second or third party to get your cryptocurrencies instead of just doing it on an app. Right? So a good time to start accumulating these things before it actually really blows up and this is a legal tender and you're like, okay, I've really set myself in position. This is just showing you proof, guys, that this is happening, and it's happening very quickly. I told you it was only a matter of time that other countries, including the US, was going to be next, right? Now, the next thing, let me see if I can find it. Is this it right here? All right, cool. Yep. So this is another big player. A bigger financial institution, I guess you would say. Financial giant State Street expands cryptocurrency services as demand from traditional funds soars. State Street Corp, one of the world's leading providers of financial services to institutional investors, has announced the expansion of its crypto services in partnership with Luca, an enterprise crypto asset data and software provider. Right? So, how we can look at it is, oh my gosh, okay, there's two ways you can look at this. Is, oh my gosh, we're seeing this is becoming a bigger thing. Bigger institutions, bigger banks, bigger countries are starting to adopt this, right? And it's bringing more attention, just like we said. Next thing, I'm kind of looking at this as, okay, we're looking at State Street Corp, we're looking at Luca, an enterprise crypto asset data and software provider. Okay, what are these companies investing in right now? What cryptos are they looking into? And that's something that me and Pat can look into. Okay, what are these people investing in? Of course, they're investing in the cryptos, but what cryptos? And then you can set yourself in position to before where they put their money in. They're looking at these cryptos. Then you start putting your money in those cryptos, and you're like, boom, they put in billions and billions of dollars, and that coin just pumps, or that coin, slowly, goes up in value just because of based upon what these bigger institutions, countries, and everything like that is happening, right? So that's just a really good way to look at this article, and that's something that really piqued my interest. I'll bring up two more articles, and we'll go ahead on. Let's see, MicroStrategy. Right, MicroStrategy. I know we've talked about this many times. MicroStrategy is a very large financial corporation that works a lot with cryptocurrencies. MicroStrategy CEO likens borrowing to buy Bitcoin to investing early in Facebook. Now, I don't want to drag this along, but basically he's comparing buying Bitcoin or buying cryptocurrency compared to investing into Facebook before it was actually blown up. Right? So if you would have invested in Facebook, let's just say 3, 4, 5 years ago, before it really took off, right? Or even before that, right? You would be very rich right now, right? You would have a lot of money, right? So with that understanding, I just want you guys to understand these big players, these financial institutions, these banks are starting to really talk about this, and it's happening big. Now, this is something we actually dropped in our exclusive Telegram chat. If you're not subscribed, check the details and go subscribe and follow all of those. But this is an article on XRP. If you guys know me, you guys know I love XRP. You guys know I love Ripple, right? I probably have more money in that than really any other crypto, to be honest with you. That's just me. But first live on-demand liquidity offering in Japan expands RippleNet's momentum in Apex. So they're expanding out, and then Japan has actually been a bigger country that they've been partnering with a lot lately. And then this is something that to look into. I'm not gonna touch too much on this because I know the stream's gonna be a little bit quicker, but this is something that is really good for Ripple or XRP. And if you guys look at the chart real quick, not to drag this too far along, we've been seeing major pushes on XRP lately. Major pushes. All the way, from that last dip, it dropped down to about 52 cents. It's already at 74 cents, right? It's already at 74 cents. So, guys, XRP operates just like a bank. Same with Stellar. There's other ones out there, but I believe XRP is going to be the biggest one out there for that. Now, one more thing I want to bring up, and then we're going to pass this back to Pat. Let me see if I can find this right here. All right. Your favorite president, Biden. All right. Your favorite president, Biden. We have a question. Would you recommend having separate platforms for the same crypto, for example, like if I have ETH on both Uphold and Coinbase, or just keeping it all combined? It's really up to you. I don't see why it's a problem. Personally, I have assets that are the same on one exchange, but I would say go with one exchange if you're doing one crypto. But if you have different cryptos, not every single cryptocurrency is going to be on Coinbase. So you would have to go to different exchanges in order to get those cryptos. Pat, did you want to add to that before I go on?
Yeah, maybe what we'll do is we will make this kind of our topic on Monday, just because even like we already can see the guy ahead asked, what's this new one? So like, here's what you can do. There's no problem with keeping yourself on the different exchanges as long as the exchanges are safe. You can also pop them onto a wallet. Now that staking is available, so what's the real quick answer on staking is basically just getting interest on the stuff you plan on holding anyway. You put your money in your bank account, they pay you an interest rate. Staking is kind of the same exact thing. You're basically, by staking, allowing the network, helping the network run, and they're paying you for it. So that's what staking, and we definitely are going to get a little bit more into that just because staking is becoming so much more available and there's some decent returns on it. So we'll definitely hit over that. We'll make that actually part of Monday's topic. So if you can definitely come in on Monday, check us out, or at least check out the video. But as like even a teaser for that, because we'll get more in depth on Monday, go back and like he said, our video on passive income will give you a touch on how to make extra money with your crypto. There's ways you can take loans out off of your money that's sitting so you can keep your crypto and take loans against it. There's ways to gain interest. There's a whole lot of stuff that they're coming out with. Like we said earlier, like you think you're coming in a little late to this game. It's just getting started. This thing is just getting started. It's the snowball effect is taking effect. Like the big news is coming out. We're getting green on Fridays. So, a pump should be coming, I would think. Every day we check, Bitcoin now is hitting 48% dominance. Like I said, that thing's going to probably crack 50% like it usually does, and then it takes off. What platforms you buying Ripple on? You can buy XRP on KuCoin.
Yeah.
That'd be an easy one. Or you can go to one of the swaps. The only problem with the swaps right now, the DEXs are going to be when Bitcoin here's the whole thing. Like, here's why we encourage, so buying green, everybody always wants to buy when it's green because they get excited and it's time to make money and all. But green's the worst time usually to buy because it's already missed some of the opportunity. It sucks buying when it's red in terms of you got to sit and hold and wait on it. But if you would sit and wait and hold, you get these greens, you're already making these early profits. But let me get into my quick article real fast. I only have two that I want to go over. One he kind of,
you want me to go ahead over this last one I have real quick?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, cool. So, and there was one more question. It says, is it safe to say that Bitcoin is the future? Hey man, just go watch our streams and that you can dictate yourself. But I believe yes.
Let's say this: cryptocurrency is the future.
Absolutely.
Cryptocurrency is the future. Blockchain technology is the future.
The statement of the year. We got Pat for president now. Let's go. So, Biden to step up crypto tax enforcement to help fund $1 trillion U.S. infrastructure plan. So, basically what he's talking about is bringing, making it a law to make sure that people are being taxed on their capital gains. That's just like stocks. That's just like bonds. It's just like anything you do. But the thing with crypto that's amazing, the thing that's amazing is you do not have to pay that tax unless you sell, right? Unless you sell. And I don't know if you guys watched that last video. I'll put it in the description after this video. But we talked about staking. We talked about loans that you can get with crypto. Loans that you don't need. You don't need a credit score. All you need to do is have that asset, and they give you a loan in that specific asset, right? And then it's a win-win. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get taxed, right? You don't get taxed on that unless you sell. Unless you sell, that is when you get taxed. So, long term, we talk about it all the time. Long-term mindset, having a long-term vision in this game will actually get you paid a lot better. Now, we're not saying do not take profits, right? We're not saying that. But what we are saying, right? What we are saying is just hold on, right? It's gonna be a long game, right? It's a long, fun game. You guys see, even if you are new, I want you just to pay attention to what's going on. Watch our streams, do your own research, and just watch what happens, right? Watch what happens. It's if they're making tax enforcements on cryptocurrency, what do they do to our US fiat currency system? They tax it. Guess what? They're going to be doing that for crypto because they know that cryptocurrency is the future, right? Someone in the chat said, Pat for President 2050.
Yeah, right.
But that is really all I have for you guys when it comes to news. I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to Pat. I don't want to, hold this too long because I know we got some important information on Ethereum that Pat's going to be talking to you guys about. But let us know your thoughts on what I said. If you guys like what you hear, if you guys are understanding where we're coming from, and you guys see the long-term vision, go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe, and go ahead and turn those notifications on so you guys can get the most updated videos and live streams right to your phone, television, or laptop. But go ahead and take it over, Pat.
All right. So one cool thing, like he just said, like, the president's putting the money out. Obviously, we got to pay taxes. No big deal. We should be making plenty of money if you're getting in on this. There's plenty of money to be made. But like he said, there's also ways to keep that money where it is and use it where you're not going to have to pay those crazy taxes. It's how all the rich don't pay taxes. When you hear they don't pay taxes, they literally they know the loopholes where they don't have to pay taxes. There's ways to do that, and they're totally legal. And as we figure them out, we'll let you know, especially as it gets closer to tax time. But they make cryptocurrencies now and apps and all that literally will like link to your accounts, to your wallets, and do your taxes for you at the end of the year. So you don't have to think it's going to be some crazy project with all the buys and sells and you got to keep track. Like, there's stuff that'll do that for you very easy. But now, like he said, it's happening in the US. He touched base when he said on El Salvador. Let me pull up his article. So just here on September 7th, Bitcoin's adoption in El Salvador will be official. All right. So it's going to be a legal tender there. Bitcoin, it's the first, but this is a great sign. Because the good thing is the other countries are going to see how it goes. And the fact that they're going to happen in September 7th, that should be during the part of this bull run, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. And when these other countries see that El Salvador has all these Bitcoins and all of a sudden in 3 months, or not even 3 months, it'll only be, we're talking like a month and a half, they should hit 50% to maybe 100% gains. Like they're saying by the end of this year, Bitcoin should hit 80 to 100 grand. It will come down after that. But if you can hit them numbers and take some of them profits, it's not a bad spot. But this is just the first one. And if you go on CoinMarketCap, they even have like a little lottery thing they're doing. What Jonas said earlier, like you can, if you have an account on CoinMarketCap, you can collect the daily diamonds, it's called, where you can get like free NFTs and all. And they're even doing like name the next country to win a certain amount of like of these diamonds or whatever. But it just brings attention to it. So the next article I have is another, just like a big one with it's PayPal. So PayPal to expand Bitcoin buying into the UK. So basically they started off in the United States and it worked out very well for them. So now they're going to expand. You're going to see all these different companies like this, your Cash Apps, your PayPals, Venmo. They're all going to get into this. They're not going to miss out on this. That being said, you guys shouldn't be buying your stuff from them. Get them the way we teach you on the exchanges. You'll save on the fees. Try to avoid Robinhood. I mean, if you're using it, it's okay, but you technically don't own your crypto. The way we teach you, you own what you purchase. So just be mindful that some of these companies, when you're buying these assets, you don't, there's no way you can transfer them out to your personal wallet. They don't allow it, which means you don't technically own that asset. So they're always talking about allowing you to do it, but until they allow it, I would stick to the exchanges, to the DEXs, the way we taught you guys. And if not, we show you in the beginning how to set up accounts, set up wallets, all that kind of stuff. But this is great for Bitcoin, great for cryptos. Like anytime you see Bitcoin in the news, it helps. Like we said, there's going to be a lot of bad news coming out, probably about Cardano, ADA, one of the projects we love. And it's because the big guys are going to try to keep stacking it right now while it's at this cheaper price. So pay attention on that one, because ADA will go up this year also. Like you said, we're not financial advisors, but have a few years in this, and I feel very confident this year. The guys I follow all feel confident on this, and all the news that's coming out is pushing for exactly what we're saying. But that's it for me on news. Joan, is there anything else you wanted to touch base before we get into like Ethereum?
No, that's really it, man. I think that right there explains a lot what's going on in the world. And just to give you, that's just a little tip. That's not even tipping the iceberg of the things that we've talked about before. This is just the start, guys. This is just the start. The next 5, 10, 15 years, now that you guys are getting in, you're going to look back like, damn, Crypto Cliffnotes really put us game. Crypto Cliffnotes really put his game, and anybody else that you're listening to really put you game before it was actually a thing. But that's it for me. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this back to you, Pat. I know you've been talking, Ethereum coming up with this big project. I would love to
Yes.
know what you have for that, and I would love to know. I would love to throw my opinion in there as well. I know I throw this out there. I know again last time we did a stream. We had a question. What project or what do we think is gonna be the biggest project when it comes to market cap? And Pat said Bitcoin and I said Ethereum. So I believe that Ethereum, just with this, especially with having a new update going on and everything like that, I think that might be the start. That might be the start, but we'll see. Again, we're not financial advisors, but I'm gonna go ahead and pass this back to Pat, man. Go ahead and take it over, man.
All right. So real quick, just hit this. Oh, Curtis, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining. Please, hopefully you subscribed. Give us a like. So like what you're going to expect with us, we go over the most up-to-date news that we can find. We steadily bring out like hot coins that we're looking to invest in, that we do invest in. We give our opinion on different coins that some of you throw out to us to give to research. And then we also show you how to make money with this in terms of like, even if you're new to this and don't want to put a ton in, like you said, there's ways to gain interest with, like, it's called staking, and there's a bunch of ways, but that's why we are recording this and we're creating this library. So all you have to do is like go back, type in our search, what you're trying to look up what to do. We've gone from creating wallets, how to purchase, how to do a little bit of everything. So it'll be way too long to go over all of it because it's hours of content, but go ahead and please do us a favor and check it out and share the word for us. So Ethereum is the number one altcoin. All right. So basically, just real quick, an altcoin is going to be an alternate to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the number one. That was the one that you ever hear about cryptos. People always talk about Bitcoin. Then it's altcoins. Ethereum is the number one. And like he said, Ethereum should take off this year. And I mean, I'm not saying it might not pass Bitcoin, but I don't think it's going to stay past Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I think, will stay the king for a long time. But I have a little bit of both, so I don't really care. I mean, I'm glad when this I see all these greens, because when it's all green, I know I made some money. When it's all red, I know I lost a little bit. So the green days are always the good days because we have nice little portfolios. But Ethereum. So let's just real quick, because we never went too deep in it. Right now it's sitting at 2,400. Ethereum is a project. I'd say it's probably the biggest project for real. In 2014, if we were talking about this, Ethereum cost 0.005, a half of a penny. So in 2014, if you would have put $10 in this, you would be sitting on 2,000 Ethereum. That would be a lot of money. So the circulating supply is what? 116 million. But just not even, what was it, 2 months ago? Ethereum's already hit over $4,000. And then we dropped down once we hit this correction. It hit almost $4,400. I'm sorry. So just getting back to where it was is a nice amount of money to gain. But checking into all different people with these. So what's going to happen is Ethereum right now, when you look up at the top of this screen and it gives you, I'm on CoinMarketCap. Same thing will be on CoinGecko. It's going to give you the whole entire market cap for all crypto. And then what it's going to do is give you your volume. It always gives you your dominance with Bitcoin. But then over here, this ETH gas. So Ethereum, since it's the biggest platform, so many projects run on this platform. Thousands run on this platform. Well, when you try to purchase anything, a gas fee is basically like the transaction fee. Anytime you swipe a credit card, there's a transaction fee. Same kind of thing with cryptos, they call it gas. All right. So the only thing right now is like the gas is high. And gas, the last time when the market started spiking, gas got super high. The fees were expensive, sometimes $50 transaction fee on a $20 token. So like the fee doesn't change. Whether you were buying $10,000 worth of the coin or $50 worth of the coin, you were paying that same fee, that gas fee. And that will keep a lot of people from buying some of these currencies, because some of them, when you have to go on these certain exchanges or the swaps, you don't have no way of getting around the gas fees. You have to pay them. Well, everybody's been waiting for an upgrade with this fork, and that is what is happening right now. So Ethereum 2, we're about to upgrade, which is going to take care of these crazy gas fees. So what this is also is going to do is allow people to go from Ethereum right now runs on proof of work, which means it is being mined, which, as you can hear in the media with mining, it's not as good for the environment. And as big as Ethereum is, that's a problem because everything's running off of this. So what they're doing is they're changing it to a proof of stake, which means we have the opportunity to make some money off of our cryptos by staking our Ethereum rather than the guys that are mining them with computers. Now we'll be able to put some of ours up as collateral, and you'll get paid like a staking thing. So the reason we wanted to do this today is because the upgrade, as you can see on this article right here, the London fork is supposed to happen between August 3rd and August 5th. So everywhere, a lot of guys are saying the 4th, but this still gives you 4 days. With this, a lot of stuff's going to go on. This is the kind of news. This will, on them days, Ethereum's going to be all over the news. People are already buying Ethereum. If you watched our last show with when we talked about the B Word conference with Elon Musk, that's when he came out and flat out said in his portfolio, like Tesla owns Bitcoin. He said SpaceX owns Bitcoin. He said he owns Bitcoin. He's like, but in my personal, I also own Ethereum and Doge. So he is big on Ethereum also. Like this is a project that all the bigwigs are going after also. So they brought this one down. Now they collected it. I'm guessing the next one will be Cardano ADA. But like I said, what this is going to do is it's going to make building on it a lot easier. It is going to make it so there's less fees, and at least the fees won't jump as much. Like we said, it went from like you can catch a fee of a couple dollars all the way up to, I mean, at one point it almost, I think, cracked $100. Like crazy fees. But here's something I wanted to show you. So like this is just why I think Ethereum will stay successful. So according to the Crypto App Tracker, State of the Dapps, there are over 3,000 decentralized apps running on Ethereum blockchain. So if Ethereum goes anywhere, there's 3,000 other ones that are going to tank with it. I don't think 3,000 other companies are going to go with a technology that they don't believe in. You know what I mean? Like the proof is kind of in the pudding with this one. So, there is major projects. You was talking about Uniswap, Chainlink, Axie Infinity, Aave, huge projects on this. Then there's this cool little app you can go on to. So I clicked on State of the Dapps, right? So with this is all the non-Bitcoin. Actually, Bitcoin will be part. So there's 3,500. Over 3,500, right? That's how big this. You come down here and it'll tell you out of the 3,500, like, and this isn't even, so there's some projects that are the other number said over 3,000. That's because they're going live, I think, as soon as like this upgrade's finished. So next week we'll have a lot more, but look at the difference in these platforms compared to Ethereum. I mean, look at the daily users, the volume, like, Ethereum runs big numbers. And it's going to stay that way. Ethereum is huge. It's huge. And that's why he has it as his number one this year over, or I don't know if he means all time, which that I will disagree with, but like it could this year, especially in these next couple weeks, really pump. So like this isn't a bad time, I would say. Like you said, this isn't financial advice, but if you get in like this weekend, we know usually on Fridays it's red. Mondays is usually on green, like usually Sundays even, but Mondays are green. We've been staying pretty consistent with this green. Bitcoin, like you said earlier, it's holding that support level, like, and that is what we need to see. So as this news comes out, which is like we said, it is next week. I believe it's like either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I think that's one of the days it's going to go live. And you're going to see every major news outlet that reports on crypto is reporting on this. So that's another reason I think like I see Ethereum as probably one of the safest, very lucrative projects to get in right now. I love Bitcoin, obviously. But just with all these upgrades and everything that are happening right now, I think Ethereum is about to take off. I mean, some of my guys are projecting up to 5x on this thing by like some point in 22. So you're not even talking maybe a year of a 5x. That's cracking $10,000. It's putting us up some big numbers. And with that, I mean, you should be happy if you make fun. I mean, anybody that doubles up, if you're in regular stocks, I know you guys, I know from what I've heard, because I don't do a lot with it, but like 10-20% on the year is lovely if you're, and I mean, a 10% return is lovely if you're getting that, especially if you have big money. I mean, if you have $1 million sitting, 100 grand a year, that's nice. But doubling up is so much better. And can you imagine a 5x? And that's what we're going to have these opportunities of. Like I said, Ethereum was half of a penny. It is now over $2,000. It is going to keep growing. This market is going to keep growing. The market cap is going to keep growing. It will hit down, but like we always say, forget that up, down, unless you're a day trader. You want to see the success of these cryptos and the success of Bitcoin, the success of Ethereum, scroll out and see their entire chart. And it goes up. It'll have dips, but it goes up on the year marks. Like Bitcoin don't lose. If you invested any year, you're going to be sitting lovely. Last year, you could have cashed out at 60. This year, you're going to be able to cash out, I'm betting 80 plus. And that's your chance. And it will come back down and correct. And like how this time it corrected, and like Jonah gave it a support level at about 30. So it hit up to 60 and went back down to 30. The next correction, you're probably not going to get these things even at 30. It's going to be more closer to 40 or 50. So we'll hit that 80 to 100 spike, maybe a little higher, and then I'd see it coming right back down. But you're never, like, every time it does them corrections, it's still up overall. So watch on that one. Check the news out next week. Journey, is there anything you wanted to like add on to that?
No, man. I mean, just with everything that you said with Ethereum and when in doubt, zoom out. That's really what it comes down to. Is, when you're in doubt, zoom out. Right? It explains everything. It explains everything. Yeah. And I say all the time, with a healthy bull market, you need a healthy correction. Right? If it goes straight up, guess what? It's gonna come straight back down. Whatever goes up must come back down. Doesn't mean it has to go all the way back down, but when it comes down to it, you must understand we're in a healthy bull market, right? We had that crack up to 64K in a very small period of time. Then we had a correction almost 45 to 50% in about I'd say 2 months, 3 months. Very short period of time, right? So we can only imagine when this thing is going up. That's why I said, you can start taking profits on the way out, but overall, if you see the long-term vision of this, I personally don't see it going below 30. I personally don't. It can, and if it does, it would go down to 20. But I personally, if we see this crack over 50 to 60 grand, or if it goes up to our 80 or 100K mark where we believe it can go to, it's not coming back down much. It's gonna be a long bear run. It's gonna be very long. Might be like 2-3 years, but that's why you take out profits. That's why you get those loans. That's why you stake. That's why you get into NFT games, because where there's a bear market, there's a bull market somewhere, right? You get these NFTs. You get these things and you sit on them for a couple months. Guess what? Where's everyone going to be running to in the next couple years? NFTs. We talked about it before. So, with that understanding, I really don't have too much. Is there anything else that you wanted to say or add to that?
Well, one other thing, a reason why we also let me just show just under Ethereum's thing. So Ethereum had 8 co-founders, right? So 8 guys. Vitalik is kind of like the most known, but Charles Hoskinson, he is one of the other major players. So when he left Ethereum, he was one of the creators. He created Cardano. So that's another one that's definitely one of my biggest projects. Been hot on Cardano for a long time. And I mean, I was picking them up at 10 cents at the most. So that's another cool way to find tokens. When you go check into Ethereum, find their co-founders, then you'll read that they branch off, and usually they're going to start another project. You know what I mean? And it's just more money you can make. But no, that's it on that. Like you said, definitely hot on Ethereum, especially for next couple of weeks or this next month. And Ethereum's a project that originally to stake, you had to have 32 to even qualify. So that would eliminate a ton of people. Now, through the different exchanges and pools and stuff like that, you can actually stake any amount you want. So any of us can stake. You'll just get paid a little bit less. But like we said, on Monday, we'll touch base on a lot of that. So please stay tuned.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jared, you want to close us out?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we can go ahead and close this out. Go ahead and bring our faces back to the screen real quick.
Yeah.
It was a great session, guys. It was a great episode of Crypto Cliffnotes. One other thing I wanted to add to that could be a possibility. I don't know if it's going to happen, but with forking, we usually see some rewards. You know what I mean? So that might be out there in the future, maybe afterwards, or I don't know. That's something that maybe look towards to. But again, we appreciate you guys for tapping in. Keep tapping in. Go ahead and smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Turn those notifications on. And if you want to participate in the giveaway, it is in the description. We'll go ahead and drop some links in the description if you guys want to go back and watch it. I appreciate you guys again. We love you guys. And we'll see you guys at the top with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. You guys know the deal. See you guys at the top.